So today's episode, we're going to start with the question: how do you feel if you've been dating someone, telling you how much they think you're amazing and you're great and all this, but they are not ready to commit? Maybe they've been in a previous relationship for a long time, and they're still fairly single, and you're the first person they're dating since then. So they're like, how do you feel about them being afraid to commit, but they're telling you how awesome you are and all that kind of stuff?
Listen. The bottom line is don't approach me, don't date me if you're not ready to date. Like if you're not ready to like explore a new person, if you just got out of a relationship and stuff like that and you're still kind of hurt and blah blah blah, like then don't approach me and don't try to date me. Don't tell me how amazing I am and how great I am, but you're not ready. Like if you're not ready, then let me go so that I can be with someone else who is ready. I mean, it's
That makes
hard
a lot of
because
sense.
if I feel this way for you too, you know, whose feelings are really hurt? Mine, because I feel like you led me on.
But what if he's like, just give me some time? Just give me some time.
I
So is that
mean,
him stringing you along?
so this
Do
kind
you?
of happened to me, but for me, there's the way I did it recently was okay, if I'm so great and if I'm so amazing and you're not ready, then you go find yourself, go fix yourself, go do whatever you need to do. But I'm not going to be your friend during it because I
In the
feel like if
meantime,
I'm your friend, we're going to fall into either like, oh, she's so cool, but I don't really like her, or we're going to fall into the friends with benefits. And I'm not trying to be your friends with benefits because obviously I really like you. So I need to step away. Those emotions are still there, but I'm not going to entertain someone who's telling me I'm just not ready
yeah. When they tell you
for
you're not
you.
ready, when they tell you you're not ready, believe them. You know what? A lot of guys aren't ready, lose out on really good women out there. It's very true. And guys aren't ready, and that they're whether their healing process they didn't take enough time or they didn't heal at all, and they just jumped to the next pretty girl who they liked, and they're still not over the previous shit. It happens.
I just don't understand why guys would say like, "Oh,
Oh,
you're
don't
so."
think this guys. Women do the same shit. Don't
Okay,
get
well,
it
I'm speaking
twisted.
from a female's
Okay,
perspective.
okay.
I just don't understand why guys would, first of all, entertain it. Second of all, say how you're so great and you're so amazing and do you know what I mean? All these little things, but like, what is it?
I think half of it comes from an attachment from the previous relationship, whether that possibility for them to get back together with that old person. So they're trying to keep themselves open, available, even though they may be talking to you, kind of, but they're not in a committed relationship kind of deal. I think that could be a situation. Find another girl to be with to help their healing process that helps them heal, they feel, compared to a woman who will actually go through the motions. A woman will shut down and, you know, be sad and cry and be hurt and deal with her emotions and kind of live through it and live in it. Guys try not to deal with shit. They'll push it aside and they'll see another girl, and that's their healing. Their healing is finding someone else to kind of
Get under
get under and
to
be
get
with to
over.
kind of get over the situation. I know that that's just the trend that I see. Some guys do that. Guys do that more often than girls do. And he's going to do the same shit all over again.
Yeah.
Believe him, because it's going to be true 9 out of 10 times. It's true the way they feel. So when you allow your emotions to stay in that, you're going to just get yourself hurt. Do your internal healing as well before you entertain anybody else and give them false hopes and make them fucking feel like they're the best thing since sliced bread when you just trying to get some buns.
With this guy, I actually put my foot down and I said, like, no, I'm not going to do that. I don't want to be your like friend or your companion when you're alone or you want to go out. Your sometimes type girlfriend. But hearing this makes me not think that he's truly amazing. Was realizing that my worth is more than what he was willing to give,
That I'm glad you said
even
that
though
because
it
that's
sucks.
that's the most important thing. It does suck. It does suck. And you know what? Some people, it just when they're not ready, and sometimes you fall in love with the wrong people. And they tell you something, you got to remove yourself and say that's their situation to deal with, not mine. I got my own shit to take care of, and that's what you do. You move forward and not like not worried about any fucking body else.
I agree.
And as hard as it may be, and as hard as it is, you have to be able to let them go and let them say, all right, cool, you're not at that space. I'm gonna let you go so I can go live my life. You have to go heal a little bit again before you talk to somebody else. Perfectly fine, but don't continue to put yourself in that situation because they're just gonna continue to stamp on your heart and create you to make you feel like you're inadequate. When they make you feel bad about yourself, fucking believe them, leave them the fuck alone.
Yeah, it's more about finding out what are your values, what are your standards, what are your do's and don'ts, and living true to them. You know, you can't just like break that based on a cute face. And if they come back and they're not speaking your language, they're not telling you what you want to hear or what you feel is valuable to yourself and your relationship and what you feel is important to you in a relationship, then it's a no-go. That's how I feel for me. You know, if you can't speak my language, if you can't show me and tell me that you're really invested in me, then we're not getting back together and we're not going to be.
All right,
more than just friends.
let me touch on that really quick.
I'm scared.
So if you go, all right, cool, I need you to show me and prove to me that you want, I say, but you won't allow anything else. Not even like, I'm not talking about even having sex. I'm talking about just having dinner, hanging out, and just because you're still hurt, if you're telling him, well, I need you to prove to me, but you're not willing to hang out with him, how can he prove to you?
Females need to understand, and what I have done is act like you just met all over again. You have to act like this is a brand new relationship that you're stepping into, because any relationship you get into, if you're going to bring baggage or pain or hurt from a previous relationship or a previous relationship with that person and bring it into the now, it is going to be troublesome. It is going to be heartache. It is going to be even harder. So you have to leave that there and act like, okay, we're dating all over again for the first time. Let me at least give him the opportunity, because if you really like this person and he really likes you and he feels as though he lost a little bit and wants that, then you have to give him the opportunity to prove himself. And again, you have to be stern. You have to be true to yourself. Like, write down your values and look at them. And he's not meeting those marks, move on. Like they say, action speaks louder than words. Guys, we want to hear from you. What are your thoughts about this conversation? What are your thoughts about, I mean, we touched a lot of things.
Look, leave some comments so we can start some discussion, and because we love to hear your feedback, definitely.
And if you have a topic that you want us to discuss, you can send us an email. You can
hit the DMs.
The DMs. And we will see you next week on another episode of 'Cause It's Real.
Peace. Our sponsors, Gangster Vegan Organics and Lotus J Collection.